introductions, we can do that, or we can save that for tomorrow. Depending how people feel. I think the letter is not yet on letterhead. It will go on letterhead with our
Committee letterhead?
Yes, committee letterhead, yeah. And it'll have everyone's name on it now that we're at a full committee, I hope.
Yep.
I think people are very good about turning that around quickly. Yeah. So let me just say thank you to everybody for your input and participation in putting this budget letter together for appropriations. It's not the easiest thing, and I had really hoped that we would have been able to wrap it up by Friday so that none of us were still thinking about it into the weekend and into today, and didn't quite get there, but there's always next year. So I'll make some notes about how to move process along a little bit more for whoever's here next
Chair.
year.
I find that Tuesday through Friday, especially because I'm ignorant and drive home every day, that sometimes you need that time in the weekend to do a deeper dive, to read and give thoughtful consideration, write notes.
Yeah.
And then read it again and then make recommendations.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I didn't have a problem with that
Okay, good.
at all.
Good. Any comments, any thoughts, anything anybody has second thoughts on?
So Slow Camp is not in the governor's recommend.
Soul Camp is not, right?
So is it the loggers of the professional loggers of the Northeast and others, sort of a coalition who recommended the 750 as a one?
I think it was not, yeah, I think it was that organization. And
Yeah.
maybe, yeah.
Well, it was the result also of committee discussion when it was presented both by FDR and ELC. And others who felt it was a historically effective program.
Right, but FDR can only go so far because it's not.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. So their presentation was really on here's what's happened, it's been effective, and then.
And that was their figure. That's 100% of what they asked for.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which was 3/4 of last year.
It was $1 million last year in one time.
But a lot of the investment setting up the program has already been done, so.
And we have heard several times and keep hearing news stories about the challenges that the industry is facing, and even with the pretty ideal weather conditions that we've had this year, I mean, going back into last year too, with drought and then the cold, that finding somebody to buy who will accept, mills that will accept your trucks has been a challenge. Yes, Representative.
Just a question, you added the sentence about match for working lands, recognize the grantees provide a match. Do we need to say 1%, or are we leaving that open, or match might imply 50% or match?
Yeah, I think we're better off leaving it open. Honestly, that.
And look and see next year.
Yeah, and let them apply their expertise to it, because they, I think, are in a better position to make that call. But I think understanding that it's a concern that has come up, pretty
And
consistently.
that board has heard our committee's concern about the value of matching.
All right.
I saw the same thing and thought, and I said, well, let's have a wait and see, and how they apply matches, and some might match 60% and some might match 50 and some might be deserving and only can match 15%. I guess, I don't know.
You go by the strict definition, the words match would be equal.
It would be.
So, it's kind of that,
Yeah,
what does that match word really mean?
yeah,
And we can, I know that the Working Lands folks in the agency are more than happy to come back in and have more conversations about what would be helpful for us to, what can they do that would help us make better understand what would work better.
Dave, do the other committees on the sort of co-recommendation or the committee that more has jurisdiction that we approve of those monies being spent, do they do the opposite to House Ag too? They say, oh, House Ag likes this, you know, if it's,
Hopefully,
okay.
yeah, so, I mean, there aren't maybe as many, there are many obvious ones, but
Benefit assisters, what committee is that?
we across the hall.
Okay, 'cause it doesn't say that here, but they know that, right? So. But they recommend it, I assume.
Yes. Yes, I see now that that's not there, okay. Well, we can add that in before we mail it off to,
And we
thank you, yeah.
And we don't put dollar numbers on any of these, even though they have specific dollar numbers.
Yes, I think that historically we haven't, partly because some of these may not have sent their, they're still having this conversation in some committees.
the letter's due Wednesday.
It's due last Friday.
I thought she changed that. I thought the speaker changed that.
Oh,
She changed it to Wednesday.
no, I don't think so. Maybe. Well, in any
Yeah,
case,
it doesn't matter.
I will check. That'll make me feel better if
Yeah.
they changed it, yeah.
Jerry, looking at straw polls today or?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
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 Let's do it.
Yeah, and this can just be a show of hands.
Okay,
So, anybody, yeah, I'll take a motion. Send this letter, the one that we're looking at, it's on our page, to the Appropriations Committee.
so moved.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor, just raise your hand. Okay, I see everyone
It was
present.
7-0.
Yeah.
Do we add Michelle or because
Uh,
here, you know, because it's a straw poll?
Yeah, the letter will say that everyone present supported the letter and Michelle, strictly speaking, isn't here. I know she's supported.
Did you want it 8-0?
No, let's leave it so that it's, yeah. Okay, good. I know it's been a long day. I know it's getting a little bit late. Anybody want to stay for some introductions, or should we do that first thing in the morning?
Oh, we should do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. Good. Well, welcome to our newest member. Officially. And if you want to go first, Jack, and just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, my name's Jack Brigham. I'm from St. Albans Town. I was a dairy farmer up until 2020 and retired from that business. We'd have a maple sugar bush that we operate as one of the main sources of income. 73 graduate of Vermont Technical College, and I've served the town of St. Albans for 35 years on zoning, development review, 2 times as selectman. This is my second go around. Elementary board, high school board, and the tree ward. Yeah, so, and I'm on the District 6 Environmental Commission, Act 250.
Oh, that's good. It's good. Six.
And your farm's located right there.
Exit 19, you
Right.
drive right through it. when you, coming into St. Albans. We drive right through the middle of it.
Yeah.
Hill where the radar dome is, and I own a good chunk of that. It's where we tap our trees.
How many taps? Yeah.
About 6,000 right
Yeah.
now. We just bought some more land up there, so added on. 73 years old. Must be out of my mind.
Thinking
So that may be a good transition to Greg. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a sugar maker too, like we use 30,000 in cabinet.
Mhm.
I mean, we got an apple orchard that. When I was young, we had dairy cows.
Yeah.
So it was 9. Yeah, a little bit of beef, a little bit of
Mhm.
vegetables.
Mhm. Singing, yeah.
This is only my second year here. Oh, and then my father, my father-in-law, because he
Yeah.
lives in St. Albans today.
He's on our recreation and trail committee there.
Yeah.
All world.
Yeah.
John O'Brien rep, from Tunbridge, where I live on the same farm I grew up on,
Mhm.
sheep farm. And Royalton, and I guess I'm the agritourism
Mhm.
representative for this committee, because we couldn't make any money raising sheep, so we
Yeah.
turned to a farm wedding venue.
Oh, yeah,
So we all booked out for this upcoming season.
hang out at Tunbridge Fair every year.
I'm sure we'll run into
quite a gathering.
He also is the dude behind Hanford with the plant.
Oh, Fred,
Yeah, played at the Weldon.
yeah, oh, yeah, I got the tape.
And he's also a selectman and he's also. director.
Too.
There you go. Yeah.
We can see him.
We all do a lot of things for our towns, that's for sure.
So there was a major court decision the other day.
Yes.
Yeah.
that Too. Yeah, we will.
John Bartholomew. I live in Heartland. My district also includes Windsor and West Windsor. Grew up in a Navy family, so we lived all over the place, and finally ended up in the public health service. Commissioned officer at National Institutes of Health. I was an institute veterinarian for one of the institutes there. Retired, moved to Vermont. Been here 20 years. This is my 8th term. And see, I live in a co-housing community, which I can't claim to be a farmer, but we have a lot of farming activities. There are dairy farmers live right next door. They run a commercial garden. We have maple sugaring operation, only very small, only 1,000 taps.
It all makes maple syrup.
It does.
All that matters.
Shiitake mushrooms, bees, some chickens, used to have sheep.
David Durfee, I live in Shaftesbury, which is down Bennington County, just north of Bennington. Not a farmer, can't claim to be a farmer. Do have 2 taps that I put out a week ago, and it was enough. My wife collected it and boiled it on the wood stove and
You got
pancakes
some
on
Wow.
Saturday. It was nice, yep.
Beat me out.
We're south, right?
We're a very nimble operation. I was first elected in 2018, so this is my 8th year and 4th year on the committee. Before I came here, I was running a food co-op. So that's sort of the most obvious connection to the world that we work in here. And we had chickens and got a garden, so I guess there's that too.
Richard Nelson. Dairy farmer. School board member for 15 years at North Country High School. Was on the zoning board, was chair of the zoning board, got the last billboard pulled down off Interstate 91. My big claim to fame, I serve on the Vermont Waterfowl Advisory Board. Been member of several different sportsmen's organization and whatnot, and got elected last year and here I am, been drinking from a fire hose ever since.
Yeah.
And I look forward to learning from you and the knowledge that you obviously have from all the different civic duties you've done.
Well, I don't know if I can teach you anything.
I'm pretty sure, and I knew your father-in-law
Yeah.
and your brother-in-law, I know him, and great family.
Jack, my name is Jed Lipsky. I represent Memorial One Stowe. And like you and most of others, I've spent a lot of my life serving on boards, 9 years on select board, 15 years on planning board, 18 years on conservation commissions, school boards, 9 years land trust boards, other community boards. But I was elected 4 years ago, and I'm a lifelong logger since I've actually earned money from 15 on, started cutting ski trails and that sort of thing, and I am professionally, I'm not a farmer, but I am a farmer of the forest. I've been stewarding timberland for almost 60 years, and I'm a certified master logger, and I say that with a lot of pride. And I'm on other boards like the Northeastern Loggers Association, board of directors, professional member of the professional loggers, in the Northeast, and really happy to have you here. And working lands are a big value to all this committee, from the food resiliency. Again, you know, we're still 76% forest in the state of Vermont, so we all collectively have a great responsibility to Vermonters, and we need your help and really want.
And Jed will tell you a new tidbit about him every day.
Or we will.
5 years, I'll learn about him being a pilot, landing in the Serengeti.
Well, and I'm sure we'll learn lots of interesting things about Jack too. And I'll echo Richard, your experience on the board, all the boards. Obviously, select board and planning comes into play when we're talking about municipal regulation, and then with Act 250. I mean, that's
And I'm at like 15 years, Governor Douglas.
that.
One thing's really clear, some of us really have never learned how to say no.
And I'm up for reelection Tuesday on your select board.
Yeah.
I'm opposed, so nobody else wants to do it.
That's right. All right, well, we can wrap up then and be back here at 9:30 tomorrow. We've got, so as you can tell, we've got a whole bunch of bills and hoping to move ahead with, if I've talked to you about reporting a bill, check in with me sometime like before